I just saw The Other Black Girl, and I was disappointed. The show is about a black woman who works in a publishing company and is trying to move up in her career. She is then relieved when another black woman is hired, but later finds out that this other coworker has more dishonest intentions. The opening scene of episode 1 was really corny and overdone, and after that I didn't have high hopes. Surprisingly, the rest of the episode was really entertaining. The first few episodes were promising. It's very well paced, quirky. I went into this without knowing the story, so it was exciting to see how these characters developed and how the story unfolded. After some thinking, I did like the concept, but it just wasn't executed in an entertaining way, and also the acting was a little uneven, and I did have a problem with the dialogue. But going back to the plot, the people who actually make a good point and give a motive as to why they're doing what they're doing are portrayed as villains, but the real villain is the lead character of the show. The people who are supposed to be the antagonists are portrayed as bad, but really they're just doing what white people have been doing, which is giving themselves a leg up. And even though I liked the first half of the season, I didn't like some of the dialogue, as I mentioned before. They used a lot of forced Gen Z AAVE. Some of these actors look over 30, specifically this character. I did not like them at all. They were so annoying, and I think it has to do with a combination of bad acting and forced AAVE in the script. Also, the lead character played by Sinclair Daniels, she was sort of likable, but she was corny as well. But again, this has a lot to do with the writing. There was a disconnect with the writing, and this is why I don't like a lot of black content nowadays, because almost all of it is about black American culture, but the people writing and directing it aren't from that culture. So it feels very odd. I did think they got some of the things right when it came to not wanting to be the only black person in the workspace. That's something I had to deal with at school. Also, another unfortunate thing is when you're getting around a black person and you think you're on the same page as them, but then they start showing their ass and they backstab you and they make a performance out of it in front of other non-black people as to show their alliance with them. Also, all the twists and turns were predictable as well. It didn't have the impact it thought it was giving, especially the last scene in the last episode. And again, this lead character is the villain in my opinion. Overall, I give this a 3 out of 10 and I don't recommend.